40.
We introduced this match as Moving Tuesday. Two potential players who could do that. John Henderson, as he looks at double 10, does exactly. That's a fantastic start of the day for the big man from the Highlands. That's a big win over the very talented Jared Cole, who's got a lot of food for thought right now, but it's all about the man from Scotland. Once again, came out the traps fantastically well. 95.38 average. He'll take that, and 4 from 9 from the outer ring. Moving Tuesday. Is that all about John Henderson? Big match coming up next. Wesley Plazier against Michael Huntley. Back after the short break. Against other players, and he'll set himself high expectations as Huntley. Very similar to the last one. Can he get that treble for a double? Now, this is where he was good. Little nod there also from Wesley. He'll fancy this.
Game shot on the second leg. Michael Huntley.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. A little fist pump as well there. And I think his mindset right now is quite simple, Matt.
He sort of finishes up throughout this match.
Yeah, it's 2 darts, double 8. It's simply a case of no drama for Wesley Plazier. He'll be delighted to get through that game 4-1. I think there's more gear in the tank for the big Dutchman there. As we look at the tail of the tape, 88.75, very solid without being spectacular. 4 from 10 on the checkout, and the highlight being that 95 finish there from Wesley. For Michael Huntley, he'll go back. He'll want to get back on the board very soon. He'll be happy with some elements of his game. But next up, it's Robbie King, the star from yesterday against Patrick van den Boog-Hardy.
In your way, but when you ask the biggest of questions or you're making the mistakes, and this is the response that you'd want to see. That is true fighting character.
Yeah, he's got that in abundance, hasn't he? And that's the belief. I always believe your top level of dart is all about consistency.
58.
And he's consistent on this treble 20.
108.
Glenn sits up on his seat.
The 9 dart finish is on. Conor Heenahan, the man that's hit it in this roof.
140. Robbie Carr, 141.
Is he going to get company on the top table? He might, just not in this leg.
49.
I went all PDC crowd there. I was going to start booing.
Still stand by it. I think we're going to get a 9-darter this week somewhere on Planet Darts.
180. Robbie Carr, 92.
Very impressive young man. And from a 9-darter, all of a sudden you're scrapping for the leg. That leaves 77. That's beautiful. That's in for double 10. Sensational dart here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth.
40.
Very, very enjoyable game. And that's an absolute ripper there from the Aussie. Robbie King is absolutely flying. An absolute fair dinkum to the man from Australia. Questions were asked there about him, and Patrick van den Boog-Hardy can walk up with his head held high. That was a fabulous match, reflected in those numbers there. 4 180s there from Robbie King, 2 from Patrick. Very good on the outer ring, a very enjoyable game, but the Aussie continues to be on the march. Follow that, Michael Huntley and Jared Cole. They're up next after this short break.
Again, 66.
Trend of Mike swaying them all over the place will be his biggest disappointment as Jared looks at 66. The 2 darts, a double 12, centre the board.
Game shot on the second leg.
All of a sudden, those troubles with the outer ring seem to be alleviated a little bit. Bizarre moment there for Michael, but Jared Cole has just looked fluently, very fluid. He's going to get a dart or a double for the match. Double 16. That's the way to do it, Jared Cole. Mission accomplished for the young man to be absolutely delighted, relieved, and even a little frustrated because that inconsistency's there, because when he plays that well, 94.44, that trend of fantastic darts continues today. And look at that checkout ratio, 4 from 7 from the man who couldn't hit a double yesterday. Jared Cole maybe just beginning to show his real form, but big games coming up. John Henderson versus Patrick van den Boog-Hardy next. Don't miss that one.
John Ricard, 102.
How many words a minute are you, Glenn? As John Henderson looks at 102. Bull or treble 14, and I think he changed his mind there. He went treble 14 because it's a bigger target for tops. And that's an even bigger target.
John Henderson.
And that is absolutely sensational. Such a first start merchant. And yeah, John will have a lot of relief now. 2 darts to double 16. Another solid, if not spectacular performance from John Henderson. That's 2 wins out of 2 on Moving Tuesday, and that he'll be absolutely delighted with. Patrick just dipped his performance a little bit there, and once again, that horrible checkout ratio of 1 from 6 will be just a concern. But for John Henderson, that 102 finish at treble 14 double top was absolutely sensational. He'd be delighted with a 4-1 victory. It's a massive clash coming up next. Don't miss this one. It's Wesley Plazier against Robbie King.
Car 72.
But although it seems a lot easier, the task here for Robbie King, unless he can hit the treble with this opening dart, which he can, that gives him the 2 darts at the double.
Shot on the second leg. Robbie
nice
King.
Polished performance there. You want to see the best of him. Doesn't get much better than that.
Understand why,
64.
This, remember when I talked about the 72 finish? I use that analogy of Raymond Smith. Boy, does he need it again now. Double 12. Double 12 against the dart. He would have the darts, the throw for the match. Big moments. Big darts.
On the 5th leg. Robbie
Big
King.
man.
Good success rate here. But he's only going to get 1 more dart. It's going to be at double 2, which for him is going to feel about 20 foot away from the height of him, but he's able to find it. And he takes us all the way to our last leg shootout.
The Aussie,
Robbie,
can you stay straight on the first dart, Robbie, because he will be feeling it right now. And that's what he was very, very safe. It's 2 darts at tops. He'll be shaking. But what a finish. What a match. Thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyable. A very comprehensive victory in the end. Fantastic match play. Once again, Wesley magnanimous in defeat there. Thoroughly enjoyed that game. But it's the Aussie that takes the spoils. 4-3. Fantastic game. Over to Patrick van den Bohaarde against Michael Huntley back after the break.
Patrick Car 139.
This is far better from Michael Huntley. He seems to be thrown with a bit more purpose as well. A little bit more zip, a bit more venom.
Game shot on the second leg. Patrick
Michael Huntley be thinking, why me? I'm already working out my finish, and that come from absolutely nowhere. But once again, look at the sportsmanship there. Total concentration. Your preparation starts as you walk to the Rocky. Doesn't take his eyes off the bullseye. Oh, he's gone the traditional treble 40. That surprised me. He's correct, because it's 2 dart at tops. Just everything was so right from the preparation to the execution. Once again, outstanding finish. Michael Huntley is just laughing, thinking, why me? Brilliant in this game. 3 from 4 on the checkout, so you've got to fancy him on this tops. Well, he certainly fancied it, because that was a quality affair. Patrick van den Bohaarde was absolutely sensational on the outer ring, and we don't often say that about him. 95.26 in the end, 80%. That 139 checkout was an absolute cracker. For Michael Huntley, he's just disappointed. He knew he played okay there, but just looked very dejected and disappointed at the end. It's going to be a tough week for him. For Patrick, the positives continue. It's Jared Cole up next against Wesley Plazier.
Jared Cole 108.
But he's got potential here to take points off the people above him, and he's still got another day of play to go.
I think he has to go unbeaten for the rest of today and tomorrow. And with darts like that,
4th leg, Jared Cole.
With darts like that, young Jared Cole.
Jared Cole could play himself into contention.
Maybe Matt was right. Maybe I've written off this man too early. This is not nice, double 5, but it is now.
Jared Cole.
He holds his hands up to apologise there, but inside he's absolutely buzzing. That's a big win. The smile still on the face of Wesley Plazier there, but he'd be really disappointed the way the past hour's gone. And just look at the checkout ratio there for Wesley. That's the thing that will hurt. 1 from 9. He actually had more darts at a double in that game than Jared Cole. Jared Cole, feast or famine is my assessment for there. looks absolutely brilliant at times and then shows some fatalities just a little bit. But the 108 was the big success. Is Jared Cole on the move? Don't miss the next game. Robbie King against John Henderson. Just double checks the score of Robbie King there. And it's no mistakes this time from John Henderson. Very patient performance, very professional performance from John Henderson. Very just getting on with his job. He's played 3-1-3 today. Be absolutely delighted with that. Moving Tuesday is all about John Henderson today. 89.12, very solid. 4 from 14. He'd be over the moon with that big win. And some questions to be asked about Robbie King. How will he bounce back from that? But next up, it's Jared Cole against Patrick van den Bohade.
At 141 to take us all the way.
$105.
Jared Cole is now favourite for this match.
$95.
It's a different double that he's going for, but it's a double that dart players really like, especially right-handed.
Game shot on the 6th leg. Jared Cole
in the middle. Jared Cole probably thought his game was done and dusted in that previous leg. It's 3-3 and he has the darts.
7th final leg. Jared is through first. Game on.
He has become big odds-on favourite now to get this one wrapped up.
Over to you, Jared Cole.
I like the way he just stood at the back of the stage staring out into the abyss.
Game shot in the match.
Turns up and gets the victory. That's a hat-trick of wins now for Jared Cole. He lost his opener and he's been good since he changed his darts over to the darts we're seeing right now. 3 wins from 3, and that does give him some confidence in the equipment. The trouble reappeared itself on the outer ring, but it was enough to get the victory and keep himself in the running as he goes joint 2nd in the table on points. Coming up next, the man top of the table, Robbie King, takes on Michael Huntley.
Real car 48.
Is averaging just shy of 100. He'd be just begging for a chance. You don't often get many against this guy.
Shot on the 2nd leg. Robbie King.
Those 2 dart combinations.
Robbie car 100.
Just keeps him in the leg.
Game shot on the 4th leg. Robbie King.
Man I'm just sitting back and watching. Has to forget that now and just think, give me a treble. That treble has to be now. What a dart. Come on, Michael.
80. Robbie requires 6.
This is tricky. You've got to go aggressive on the first dart. You can't go safe. You'll put a dart in the way that his darts stand. He's going to have to try and play around that now. He does so perfectly.
Robbie King.
A fantastic dart there from Robbie King.
Robbie misses the big number on the last one because 69 is not a gimme. He's going to get a dart at the bull. Oh, what a finish, Michael Huntley. What a way to get your first 2 points. And well done from the Kongs box, because it must be tough the couple of days that you've had there. You've beat a real star in Robbie King. Forget about the numbers, we don't mean that. 4 from 7 on the checkout. Once again, showing how good he is on the doubles. 57.14. But it was all about that 1-2-1 finish there. Well done, Michael Huntley. And next up, it's a big, big game. Wesley Plazier against John Henderson. Top of the table clash.
2.
He's going to have dart at double 12. It's a big 4-0 victory. Surprising 4-0 victory for Wesley Plazier. You can see how delighted he is for that for many reasons. He goes top of the table. The type of performance we've been waiting for Wesley Plazier. The only area of concern there was his checkout, and that stop would have been a massive average. For John Henderson, it's been oh so smooth today, and he'd be extremely disappointed with that return there. The first 4-0 game that we've had this week, a very competitive week as we go to the last round of games. Robbie King's up next against the also impressive Jared Cole. Yeah, I would like to see just a little bit of composure on that last dart there. 1-2-2 is not a nice finish, but he's got opportunity. A double 7.
Game shot on the second
finish
leg.
once
Robbie
again. The guy's got it.
He is
Robbie
now.
38.
Again for the match. He's been here before.
Game
But
shot
this
on the
time
match.
he
Robbie
puts it away with plum. He'd be delighted with the 2 points, but he wouldn't be delighted too much with the performance. But it's a winning end for the Aussie after 2 disappointing defeats. And for Jared Cole, he just ran out of steam after having a fantastic midday. But it's Robbie King. That comes a 4-1 victor, 82.83 average. That sensational 1-2-2 checkout. Most importantly, he's up to 14 points, and he'll be happy with that. Final game for the next 2 lads coming up. It's Patrick van der Bohade against Wesley Plazier.
Patrick Carr,
Keep himself
116.
in touching distance, but certainly keep himself in contention for a Group B position. Tops for a big break of throw against Wesley Plazier. That is a massive finish there.
Just looks lethargic. It looks like the 2 days have taken out an awful lot from him. And this is difficult now, the way he's covered that bed. Is there any way through? He nervously looks at the score there. What Patrick's on, he has to be direct.
No score. Patrick, you require 18.
Not a chance.
Nowhere near.
Game shot and the match.
That is the perfect end of the day there for Patrick van der Bogaard. Bit of tiredness perhaps there for Wesley Plazier, but he wasn't able to dig deep enough to keep himself at the top of the table. Robbie King will end the day top of the table. Missed doubles plaguing Wesley Plazier. He really could have played himself back into contention there, but it's Patrick van der Bogaard who keeps himself in the running going into the final day of action. We've got one more game still to come for you. That is John Henderson taking on Michael Huntley. He's by 3 players so far this week, but he's not been outscored here by Michael Huntley. It's a dart at the ball for a breaker throw.
Game shot on the second leg. John Henderson.
Big dart for big John Henderson. A breaker throw for Michael Huntley. The man sat bottom of the table.